What's going on, everybody? And we're back. Episode 10, Let Me Tishu. With myself, Abbie Knights, and...
Anthony Campos, a.k.a. Big Citric.
Dun dun dun. What, you missed what you were supposed to say after that?
Oh, hold on. Fart boxes.
No.
Oh, yeah, doggy.
And we're back at it. Today, we're going to be talking about life lessons. Dun, dun, dun. Doesn't sound very exciting, does it?
Yeah, because you already know I've had too many lessons in my life.
Right.
And
Why does it
I always
seem...
learn them the hard way.
It always seems like a revolving door of just getting smacked in the face every time.
Yep.
Like, why? Have you ever had people that you've worked with that just didn't know what they were doing, and it was so frustrating because they don't pay attention?
One of those persons.
Oh, you're one of those people? Oh, no.
Half the time I don't know what I'm doing.
But what happens after they give you the explanation? Does it work or no?
It depends what it is, you know. It depends, It depends on the explanation. Some explanations make sense, some explanations don't make sense, but it is what it is.
But what... Okay, but what if it makes sense? Like, I feel like I have definitely had that person at some point that I have worked with, and you give them the explanation, and it like goes in one ear and right back out the other.
Well, yeah, because I guess... Can you repeat the question again?
Basically, that's basically what it was like. You spend all this time trying to explain everything, and then they come around after this whole explanation. They're like, I'm sorry, can you explain that one more time? And you're like...
You just got a knock in your head.
Like, how do you not?
Whoa, shit, just hit my pimple. Damn, that hurt.
Like, is anybody in here, or is it just hollow space? Like, please. I just explained it, and I'd explain it twice, and then look at my busted fingernail. And then they would come back and be like, okay, so I know you explained like the whole thing, but can you go over this one part again? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what? I know you've had that person.
That would probably be me. That would be me.
You're that guy.
I'm that guy. Sometimes I just have a hard time understanding things. I don't know if it's the weed or the old age. I don't know.
Why do you look proud, though? I mean, it's like you're saying it like, this is me. Mira, it's me. I'm that guy. Pick me.
I'm
like,
that guy.
Yes, like, I'm that guy.
Part, I pay attention. I pay attention to everything, but
everything.
But if I'm high, it's a different story. It's like you're talking into a doorknob.
Wow. So your IQ goes from like here to here.
Well, I wouldn't say my IQ. I just think my brain falls asleep. It goes, takes a nap.
Oh, okay.
Zones out.
So it checks out for a little while. Gotcha.
Checks out for a little while.
So now, if you're ever talking to Citric and he's just kind of giving you the...
If I'm ever looking at you like this,
that's the explanation phase. So they're explaining everything to you.
In here and it's coming out that side.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Okay, so did you understand all of that?" And then what's your reaction?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then they're like, "Okay, so what did I ask you to do again?"
Yeah, that we'll get it done right now. Don't trip.
Come back and you do the entirely wrong thing.
Well, one time, let me tell a quick little story. One time I was working on set with George, right? When we were doing the Lopez show with George Lopez. Yeah. And I remember one of the first, like it was like maybe like the second or third episode, I think. We're doing a scene where we did a few takes already the way it was written, and then we did maybe to like the fourth take. He goes, "Okay, now we're gonna do a little bit different. We're gonna do some improv. So I'm gonna say this, you're gonna say that, and then you're gonna come in with this after, and then I'm gonna come in with and we're going like that back and forth." And I'll be honest with you, by the time we were getting ready to shoot, I was just like in a whole nother world. I was just the whole time I'm just like looking at him like I got lost. He lost me. Not even a minute into the convo, he lost me. But luckily, I followed. I just followed his lead, and we were able to pull it off. That was it.
And they couldn't even tell.
You didn't even tell. As a matter of fact, they ended up using that take for one of the.
Wow. So the blank face got you the win.
I just lost him because he just came. Okay, because this, I'm barely doing acting stuff. He's teaching me about timing and improv and all that. I didn't really know none of the improv stuff like that. Like I have done improv, but not like the way he was doing it. The way he was teaching me, because he was pretty much telling me it was like improv, but it was scripted, sort of. He was telling me, do this, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna say this, and you're gonna say this, and he's going back and forth like that. So I lost him somewhere along the lines.
You said, I don't know, somewhere along there. Okay,
I don't know what happened.
Then he looks at you. Okay, you ready to go, Citric? And you're like, yes, sir.
I was thinking after that, man, maybe I shouldn't have smoked some weed before I went on set. Yeah.
But hey, it worked out.
No, at the end of the day, it worked out. So so George said, "Hey, whatever you're doing, keep doing it." And so I went back to my trailer and smoked another joint.
You said, "You know what? This is it for me." Okay.
Yeah.
Party in my truck.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, wow. I can see that. Did no one ever notice that you had been smoking a little bit?
Nah.
No.
I think they did. They just didn't care. They just like,
it's whatever.
As long as he does his work, it's cool.
As long as Manolo shows up and does what he's got to do, that's all that matters.
Shows up, we're good. It is what it is.
So what do you think, okay, if the situation was in reverse and you had to be the teacher, what do you think it's like? Do you think there's an upside to it? As far as like being the teacher in a frustrating situation like that, or just being a teacher? Actually, you know what? Let me reword that. Dun, dun, dun. Do you think there is an upside to being the quote unquote teacher in some situations?
Man. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of situation,
I knew that's where you were going to go with it.
With sex. It could be a good thing. It could be a disastrous thing.
Okay, well, what about like in the workplace? It could be a
frustrating thing.
See? Is there an upside to it, though? Just generally. See? Oh, no.
Oh.
You checking the box? Or no?
Well, which box you talking about?
The answer box.
Oh, I thought it was like the fart box. I was like, yeah, I'll check it out,
What? Oh my God. Okay, so upside or no? I feel like there's an upside to being a teacher.
There could be an upside to it. Yeah, there could be an upside to it.
I think it can also be very frustrating, but
yeah,
I
don't think I'd make a good teacher. I'd probably lose it.
No, you not being a good teacher.
Aside from me blanking out and spacing out, so.
Well, we got blanking out, very little patience, and you'd probably get so frustrated you'd just walk out. I mean, let's be real. That's probably how you would handle that.
More than likely, yeah.
Wow. So this is what you guys have to look forward to with Mr. Mr. Citric. Mr. Campos. Hi, Mr. Campos. We're ready for another day.
I have done teaching though, but like breakdancing though, like pop locking and popping and shit like that, Some stuff that's easy.
Do a pop lock move.
Oh, so there it goes. I'm on the other side now.
Wait.
My arm.
He said.
My arm went around the window.
I thought you were gonna at least bust out with like the robot or something.
We're limited on space right here. So like.
Just, okay. Wow.
Like that. I don't know.
Is that what you do in your free time?
Yeah, when I got nothing better to do.
Okay.
So you just sit there just stupid shit.
And then looking at your facial reactions. Wah. That's the look right there. Did I nail it?
Yeah.
Man. Imagine you ever have people when you call them on FaceTime and they'll pick up the phone and it literally is like, yes, how you are doing today? The difference in an angle.
When they pick up the phone, when they're in the Toledo, and when they pick up the phone, that's the worst.
How does that look?
They look like a constipated look,
Wow. If anybody ever FaceTimes me, do not do it while you are on the Toledo. Okay? AKA bowl. AKA toilet. The toilet.
Right.
The throne. Whatever it is. Don't call me when you're doing that. Just don't do it. Please. Just pass. Just take a pass on it. Just all the way through.
Call me when you're in the bidet.
Right. Oh, God. That might be even worse. He's sitting there talking to you, talking about.
All you hear is a bunch of squirting.
Oh.
And not in a good way.
Good God. This is welcome to my world with Citric. Good God. Imagine him as a teacher. You probably walk in, he'd be like, sit down, fuckers. And you'd be like, what? And they'd be like, pendejos. And you'd be like, sir, Mr. Campos? They'd probably be like, you know what? Forget it. I don't even want to teach today. I'm going to go smoke a joint in my car. I'll be back.
Yeah.
That'd be it. Checked out.
You ever seen that movie School of Rock with Jack Black?
That would be you.
That 100%.
Would be me. So, okay. So you're teaching something important. Okay? I mean, with your attention span, I don't know where this is going to go, but
right.
You're teaching something important, or you're trying to tell somebody an important life lesson. You're trying to give them advice, right? Trying to help somebody out, be a good Samaritan. What's the best way to deal with somebody who is like how you are, who basically is not paying attention when you're talking to them?
Probably,
I'm not sure where this is about to go. Oh, man. What'd you say?
Maybe, I don't know, sit there and blaze a joint with them, maybe?
Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony, a.k.a. Big Citric Campos, his main solution to everything in life is to just smoke. Having a bad day? Smoke. Frustrated, trying to teach a great lesson? Smoke. If you're bored, smoke. If you're having a great day, smoke. The computer got so frustrated with you and the camera, they just said, forget it.
That's the answer to all your...
Listen. Yeah. I wonder if this is how you see things when you do go smoke in your car. Do you think they look this blurry?
Things even when I don't smoke. Everything is a blur.
This is where things are at today.
My whole life is a blur.
Your whole life is a blur. This is terrible. You need to tell your camera to stop conspiring against you. This is right? Not where it's at. Where's that clarity at? Tell it to come back.
Oh man,
come back.
Move it around.
Let it go. Let it go.
Did he get right there? There you go.
Yeah,
it's still blurry.
Doggy. Nope, you're coming back.
Call of Booty.
You're playing Call of Booty.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like that's pretty much what people look like after they've gone to a bar on a blind date and they're not attracted to the person at all, and they force themselves to have a few drinks. It's like, you know what? We'll just take the blurry version of whatever it is that this is supposed to be right here. And you're like, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but bartender, let me get another one. Let me get a shot.
Yeah,
see?
No, I mean, you know.
Look, the computer was not feeling what you were talking about because you're back to being super clear again.
Oh, nice.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, looking at life in a whole new way.
A whole new way. No more beer goggles.
Way.
El güey que va para allá. Hey, listen.
Way.
What is your take on this vaccine? No. The vaccine situation, where apparently now they're saying the FDA is claiming that hand sanitizer causes cancer.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, shit. What happened with the Johnson & Johnson, the baby powder?
But they're talking about hand sanitizer.
You know what I'm saying?
Gives you cancer. Like, that's what they said you had to use. They pushed it all year last year. Now, all of a sudden, it's bad for you. Because why? For why? Well, because you need the vaccine. I feel like the government's solution to everything is very different from yours. For you, your solution to life is smoking. My old coworker, his solution to everything in life was hot water. Hot water for everything. You're having a bad day, have hot water. If you're having a great day, drink hot water. If it's hot outside, drink hot water. If it's cold outside, drink hot water. The government is like, if you're feeling sick, have a vaccine. If you're having a bad day, have a vaccine. If you're going to an event, get a vaccine. It's everything is get a vaccine. Hand sanitizers not good for you. Get a vaccine.
Well, now you go to events and they have vaccine spots right there too. You know, if you haven't been vaccinated, come on in. We'll get you vaccinated right here.
Are you kidding me? Is this something they're doing in California?
Yeah, I've been to at Dodger Stadium. I went to a Dodger game the other day. They had a little post that they were vaccinating people. Well, actually, they weren't. They was there to vaccinate.
What?
But nobody was getting vaccinated at Dodger Stadium. People there to eat hot dogs and watch a game. You know, nobody fucking trying to. You know, that's what. You
go see the Dodgers and you get a vaccine. Right. So forget getting a drink. Go see the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And get a vaccine.
The other day there was another.
Am I the only one that's confused?
They had a little booth there too.
Wow.
I've been to a couple of places where they set up a booth for people to get vaccinated. But here, the funny thing is that nobody's there getting vaccinated. Everybody's there to, for something else, to have a good time, check out the event, a concert, whatever, a game. Nobody's there to get vaccinated. So that now they're over pushing it. They're overdoing it with that. They just need to cut it out, man. Like
if doing
people want to get vaccinated, they're gonna get vaccinated.
Pretty much sums it up.
You don't need to go to a Dodger game to get vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, come on, cut it out, man.
And batter up.
And they know what they're doing.
Get vaccinated.
Hot ass nurses and shit in, these little skirts in. They're like about to do a porno and shit in. Talking about, hey, you want to get vaccinated, big boy?
Did somebody actually ask you that and say big boy afterwards?
Yeah.
Wow. I have heard it all. That is crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of this shit is just ridiculous. The shit
does she wink at you? She go like this?
Yeah. I wish. That's how. Then I would have known it was real. You know?
Right. Wink at me so I know it's real. Okay.
Yeah. You haven't. I don't know about over there where you're at how the laws are, but over here they just came out with a new law for California that that all department stores where they sell toys, they have to have a neutral gender toy section for the toy stores. That's dude. Let the kids be kids, man. The kids are gonna play with the toys regardless. If they want to play with if the boy wants to play with with a Barbie, well, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? The kids can make their own choice. You don't need to make shit. Like overthink shit. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Well, apparently Spider-Man has discovered that he's gay in the new comic book series. He
Superman
found
too.
the love of his life is a man.
Same thing with Superman. You didn't see that picture where I think Superman's bi or something?
Was it Superman or wasn't Spider-Man?
Well, I see Superman. I don't know Spider-Man. It might have been Spider-Man too, though. But
I don't know.
But to me, it just seems like now they're just over pushing an agenda. Like, come on, man. It's like now you're making it too obvious. It's like, dude.
What's a lot going on? And Dave Chappelle got a lot of heat. I don't know if you saw his stand-up show, but his stand-up show was phenomenal. And if people actually listened to the entire set, they would have understood that he kept stressing, I have nothing against the LGBTQIA plus community. I have nothing against transgender people. Basically, he was saying, if anything, I'm envious. Y'all got a lot more accomplished in the last 2 years than we have in the last century. So,
that's exactly the point he was trying to make. And nobody gets it.
And nobody gets it.
All they think, and then he even talked about his best friend that was or one of his best friends that
transgender.
that was transgender. Mm-hmm. And like you still like these people like they don't like it doesn't click. Like, dude, he didn't disrespect anybody.
He didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing about Dave Chappelle, that he cracks jokes about all stereotypes, genders, races.
Yeah,
and he does it in such a comedic way, that it's real genius way, that he's not disrespecting anybody, but they keep trying to find a way to shut him down because, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not conforming to their agenda, basically.
Mm-hmm. I will say though, kudos to Netflix because they said they will not be pulling his special from their network.
They're backing him up 100%.
I love that because he didn't say anything wrong.
He didn't say nothing wrong, exactly. But these people want to make something out of it, like something out of nothing. Like it doesn't even make sense, dude. He just, you know what I'm saying? He just spitting facts. He's talking about reality. Basically, it's all right to kill a black man and get away with it.
But that's career, and nobody says anything. Yes.
Somebody from the LGBT community, I can't get all the letters right. I always get confused.
LGBTQIA plus.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? And I always look at it like, why I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people in the past have done stupid shit. Like in other words, like when people used to do gay bashing, that was like popular for a while, and I get that that's
horrible.
Wrong. But that's wrong on all levels, whether you're gay, black, brown, Asian, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's just bad on all levels. So it doesn't matter. So I don't understand why like all this, like I get it, like gay pride and and this pride and all that. But why can't we just be proud human beings all together?
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
All
you
of
like
that.
what you like, and at the end of the day, all it is a sexual preference.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever you do in your bedroom, that's your pedo. That's your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with me or anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't.
It's just the word that you use for it.
That's why I don't get why people, they're so sensitive about this shit, man. Like,
it's crazy. Listen, at the end of the day, you guys, before you start coming for me and Citric, okay, we have people that we're friends with, we're acquainted with, that are part of all the communities, black, brown, purple, rainbow, straight, not straight, a man that identifies as a woman and vice versa. We're not saying we have anything against those people. What we don't understand is why Dave Chappelle is receiving so much heat for speaking something that is simply factual that people just don't want to acknowledge. And what he did was he proved his point right there, that even when he's trying to show what the real root of the problem is, people are still neglecting to focus on what he's really saying, and they're just focusing on the stuff that society wants to see. So anyway, on that note, since this is just so completely insane, I'll never understand. I think Dave Chappelle is phenomenal. Such such a great, talented comedian. I'm so sad to see that he's basically retiring. This is his last special that he will be doing in his career. He's been a remarkable talent. So anyway, it's time for our what the bleep moments. I think this is like the perfect time for it.
Cuando tu marido hace el desayuno y hace tortillas de harina en vez de pancakes. No, esas son tortillas.
Why is he smelling it though?
Huevo, préstame el paquete que agarraste. Esos son pancakes. Ahí adentro. Reality.
Expectation Reality, Mexican NBA court homemade by those two men. Turn around, hot dad. Turn around, cabrones. Qué vergüenza los dar aquí. Can't even spell pinche NBA.
People are embarrassed.
Handmade basketball court because the kids broke their old basketball court. Y como los mexicanos siempre dicen, lo podemos hacer mejor nosotros. Hasta me arreglaron y así quedó el basketball court hecho de estos, de mi papá y de mi esposo. Y el ring lo hizo mi cuñado.
Boy, she's plugging
Él es
everybody.
goleador. Y pues mi windmill también se me quebró. Todo se está quedando en mi casa. Y mi esposo le puso the Christmas tree stand. Ay, mira, no mames.
No, que la verga, todo quieren que les haga yo, les lavo, les plancho, les hago de tragar, limpio la casa, te bañan hasta el culo, quieren que les limpie, no la verga.
Amá, ¿y las tortillas?
¿Cuáles tortillas, pendejo? ¡Haz espagueti!
It happens.
Hey, this is gonna be my grandma right here every time. Boom!
Oh!
No, si no tomo, ay no, no tomo, nomás voy a comer. Dije la chingada.
Ella está bien gordita, ella solo piensa en comida. Yo sé nada de ensaladita, está bien rellenita. Como...
What a burger! I like that place.
¿Huele a pan, no?
Vete a la verga, que qué pan. Ay, estúpida fucking babosa, idiota, pendeja. Tía. Madre. Me sacaste de mi puto corazón, babosa, y ahora sí me cuela la onda.
Pa, en mi cuarto hay una cucaracha gay.
¿Una qué?
Una cucaracha gay.
¿Cómo va a haber una cucaracha gay?
Porque salió del closet.
Ay, no seas... Y como ella es muy amable, accedió sin objeción. Sácame la verga, Lupe, venida. Porque ando bien cachondo y la traigo parada.
Buenos días, vecinos, vecinas. Les quiero pedir favor de no llamar a la policía hoy por la noche porque va a haber peda. Les repito, peda, peda.
That's a great way to advertise to your neighbors that there's going to be a party, it's gonna be loud, and don't call the police, period.
Call the cops.
Okay?
Call the cops too. We ain't answering the door over here.
At all. Okay, vamos a estar aquí a little bit, with a little, how does the little dance go? Una little dance así, with a little thing like this. Anyway, that's our time, you guys. We gotta head out, but we'll be back here next week. Same place, same time. So make sure you're tuned in right here with us. You can follow us on Instagram at Abbie Knights or this guy at Big Citric. To follow the show, you can hit us up at the Buena Onda Show. So until next time, you guys, be safe out there. And remember, no pedan. Bye, you guys. I'm done. See you next week.
Wait.